uncover the tragic story of women who glowed in the dark but lost their lives to radium poisoning. In the early 20th century, hundreds of women were hired to paint watch faces with glow-in-the-dark radium. These radium girls were unaware of the toxic dangers of handling radium, which was touted as a safe and glamorous job. Radium was marketed as a wonder substance that could cure everything from arthritis to tuberculosis, leading to its widespread use. As the women painted, they ingested small amounts of radium through their lips, mouths, and skin, causing severe health problems. Symptoms of radium poisoning included anemia, bone fractures, and eventually, a slow and painful death from radiation-induced cancer. Watch as we play a game of Pong on an analog computer from the 1970 seconds using an oscilloscope as a display. The first analog computers were developed in the 1940 seconds, long before digital computers. Analog computers use continuous signals to process information, unlike digital computers' 0 seconds and 1 second. In the 1970 seconds, analog computers were used for scientific and engineering applications, like simulating nuclear reactors. The oscilloscope, typically used to visualize electrical signals, doubles as a display for our Pong game. The game of Pong is recreated using analog circuits, which generate the ball's movement and collision detection. This retro gaming setup showcases the versatility and creativity of analog computer programming. Folic acid can reduce the risk of birth defects by up to 70%. Folic acid is a B vitamin essential for preventing birth defects of the brain and spine. Taking folic acid before and during pregnancy can reduce birth defects by up to 70%. The neural tube, which forms the brain and spine, develops just 3 to 4 weeks into pregnancy. Dark leafy greens, legumes, and fortified cereals are rich in folic acid, but often not enough. Pregnant women need 400 to 800 micrograms of folic acid daily, making supplements often necessary. The CDC recommends taking folic acid supplements at least 1 month before getting pregnant. Examine the tragic fate of the Marine Sulphur Queen, a tanker ship that sank in the Bermuda Triangle with a cargo of molten sulfur, and uncover the devastating consequences of its loss. The Marine Sulphur Queen was a 581-foot tanker ship built in 1,944 inches Groton, Connecticut. On the 2nd of February 1963, it set sail from Beaumont, Texas, carrying 15,000 tons of molten sulfur. The ship vanished in the Bermuda Triangle while en route to Norfolk, Virginia, sparking a massive search operation. The Coast Guard found no signs of wreckage, debris, or bodies, leaving the cause of the disappearance a mystery. The loss of the Marine Sulphur Queen was one of the most bizarre and intriguing maritime disasters in history. Discover the truth behind common credit score myths, such as checking your score, hurting your credit, and how Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion differ in their scoring. Checking your credit score does not hurt your credit. It's a soft inquiry. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion use different scoring models, resulting in varying scores. The most widely used credit score is the FICO score, ranging from 300 to 850. A good credit score can save you thousands on loan interest and insurance premiums. Credit utilization ratio accounts for 30% of your credit score, making it crucial to keep it low. You can request a free credit report from each bureau once a year, but not a free score. Did you know that dogs can detect lies and deception in humans? Dogs can detect deception in humans due to their ability to read body language and facial expressions. A dog's sense of smell can pick up on the chemical changes that occur in humans when they're lying. Studies show that dogs are more accurate at detecting lies than humans, with an accuracy rate of around 87%. Dogs use contextual cues, such as tone of voice and micro-expressions, to determine if someone is being dishonest. Research suggests that dogs are more likely to detect deception in people they're familiar with, rather than strangers. The ability to detect deception is thought to be an evolutionary adaptation that helped dogs survive in the wild. In this video, we'll explore the phenomenon of collective misremembering, where a large group of people remember an event or detail differently than what's recorded in history books. The Mandela effect is a phenomenon where collective memories differ from recorded history. The term Mandela effect was coined in 2010 by paranormal consultant Fiona Broom. The Berenstain Bears name was allegedly misremembered by many as Berenstain Bears. The Mandela effect has sparked debate on parallel universes and alternate realities. The disappearance of Roswell from some maps fuels speculation about the phenomenon. The Mandela effect remains unexplained, leaving scientists and theorists searching for answers. Can you tell the difference between a Geordie accent from Newcastle and a Cockney accent from London? The UK is home to over 40 distinct regional accents, each with unique characteristics. The Geordie accent from Newcastle is known for its distinctive pronunciation and vocabulary. Cockney rhyming slang is a hallmark of the London accent, using word substitutions like apples and pears for stairs. Regional accents in the UK are shaped by history, culture, and geography. Some UK accents are more recognizable than others, with Scouse and West Country accents being particularly distinctive. Understanding regional accents can be a fun and rewarding challenge, with many people enjoying accent quizzes and games. In 2016, Samsung recalled millions of Galaxy Note 7 phones due to a battery defect that caused them to overheat and catch fire. Samsung recalled 3.06 million Galaxy Note 7 phones in the US alone due to battery defects. The battery defect caused phones to overheat, catch fire, and even explode in some cases. The issue led to a massive global recall, affecting over 96% of sold Note 7 devices worldwide. The fiasco cost Samsung an estimated $5 billion in losses, including replacement and compensation costs. The incident damaged Samsung's reputation, causing its stock price to plummet by 7.5% in one day. The Galaxy Note 7 recall led to a major overhaul of Samsung's quality control and testing processes. Uncover the brutal reality of the transatlantic slave trade, where millions of enslaved Africans were forced to work on sugar plantations in the Caribbean and Americas, shaping the sugar industry's dark past. In the 16th century, Europeans consumed just 2 pounds of sugar per person per year, sparking a brutal industry. Between 1501 and 1867, over 12 million enslaved Africans were forcibly transported to the Americas, many for sugar production. Sugar plantations in the Caribbean and Americas relied on enslaved labor, with 70% of slaves working on sugar estates. The transatlantic slave trade was fueled by European demand for sugar, with the sweetener becoming a staple in Western diets. Enslaved people were forced to work 18-hour days, 6 days a week, in harsh conditions, with many dying from